prevalent.
No,
Why
listen. Let's keep it 100. I don't know how real y'all want to keep it, but everybody might have had that little punk. My grandma called him Sissy in their neighborhood. We had one live right next door. His name was Kevin. Kevin was cool. Kevin knew not to play with a nigga. The nigga stay in your place. Don't be talking no shit you don't need to be talking. Don't give nobody no impressions that they don't need to be having. You feel me? Stay in line. You dig? But there's become this new, whatever they doing with that shit, where they forcing you to say different words and change pronouns and shit. And that's where the line, that's where the shit gets overwhelming for me. I'm not gonna relearn standard words and shit to repurpose them for what I consider to be a psychosis, really. And that's probably why I won't win any mainstream elections, but I own all the Byron. You know what I'm saying?
So you say you might not win a mainstream election. I know you did run for mayor a few years ago. If you were elected mayor, day one, what's one of the first things that you think you would put in place to help New Orleans?
Oh my God. The first thing I'm gonna do is two things. The very first thing I'm gonna do is implement a toll. No matter which way you come in New Orleans, you're gonna pay me. If I gotta pay to drive through bumfuck Florida and country ass Texas and everywhere in between, then you're gonna pay me to come to this world-class city, right? But I got an exception for anyone that's from Orleans Parish or was displaced by the storm from Orleans Parish. I will make police have to live in Orleans Parish. I will make you have to tag your car and commit to my city and state's infrastructure to live in Orleans Parish. The same thing, by the way, that black people get pulled every day for not having a tag right or not having a brake tag. But the motherfucker can go pick her kid up from the elementary school by my house, proving a residency for the second year in a row now with North Dakota tags and no brake tag. And that's really on the books illegal in Louisiana, but it's not an issue for the roadblock or the transplant cop that's standing at the roadblock, or the state trooper that's from Louisiana but not New Orleans. See what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, that's an issue.
What about the schools? What would be something that you would change with the schools here?
So the mayor has no control over the schools at all whatsoever. But I'm glad you brought that up because see what we're seeing a lot of, like Reggie's argument with me about Helena was, well, those latest things were done on the state level, right? Well, what the fuck happened to elected officials using their discretion for the overall good of their community, right? This might not be my job, but if the mayor stood up and said, hey, this charter structure over here is fucking up. Police here every day. You don't think that would weigh? Mm-hmm. And that's what we're not seeing. We're seeing a bunch of buck passing and motherfuckers saying that's not my job. Mm-hmm. And that's the issue. We need a clean sweep. Mm-hmm. But to be honest, I would have to just use my discretion because the mayor, the schools are controlled by Bessie, the Bessie board out of Baton Rouge, and they give the permission and authority to the charter structures. And then once the charter structure gets its permission, it's supposed to be governed by the school board. But what we see is now they've whittled out most of the smaller charter structures, and now we see KIPP and First Line and the dominant ones, right? And also we see a domination of our school board now by KIPP employees, and people don't see the correlations. That's tantamount to having conflict of interest. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because like just now, Martin Luther King lost his charter structure. They want to give the building to KIPP. Well, the new superintendent that just approved it former KIP employee. That's how she came up. And the KIP executive that they sent over to the school to inspect the school, the school board employee, excuse me, former KIP employee. See what I'm saying? It's a plot. And so we lost our last black charter high school structure from New Orleans. And everybody just was like, okay. and Malcolm X been telling those motherfuckers, you don't want them motherfuckers, you don't want that to be your only option, motherfuckers. These motherfuckers just say, listen, man, you know, I'd rather a group of New Orleans teachers that are sound on whatever professional level you want to come on than 24-year-old transplant Teach for America teachers that you can catch getting high on St. Claude at the Hi-Ho on a Wednesday. Feel me? And then coming to school talking about accountability for our kids and sending them to the dean all day. That's what we're really seeing in real life. So we gotta take control of our shit, man. There's no other way to do that. Gotta control our, you know, this probably gonna seem off subject to other people, but you know what one of my biggest pet peeves in the world right now is niggas talking about they're entrepreneur, they small business. Bitch, you sell fucking weave. If the Chinese hoe stop cutting her fucking hair, you have no control of means of production. Do you really own a business, my nigga? You know? You a middleman. And anytime you living good, Master done made 3 times what you made. You think motherfucking LeBron got paid? Shh.
Right.
They still ain't figured out that it would be buku more sweeps in the NBA. But it behooves them to have them game 7s. That's why it used to be best of 5 for the first 2 series, remember?
Yeah.
Now it's best of 7. Money. Nobody's flying an airplane, we're just gonna run. And what people don't understand is if you look at the formula for capitalism, what you'll see starkly is that everybody gets to participate with us. So the final outcome is the annihilation of us. That's what people don't get. I just posted all the different massacres that are real documented massacres in America. People don't understand. So well, black people could just go somewhere and start their own. That's what we did. Nobody want to live in fucking Arkansas and Oklahoma and shit. Black people trying to get the fuck away from them. Go start communities. They came and took it by the gun or eminent domain. That's what happened.
You did a lot of traveling in your life. I want to take you outside of New Orleans just for a minute. Let's travel other parts of the world. We're going to play a little game if you're cool with it. It's called First Thoughts with Uncle Pete.
You say it come to mind?
First thing that come to your mind. I'm going to give you a name. You're going to tell me the first thing that come to your mind, raw, unfiltered, however you feeling. That's how we going.
All right.
You ready?
Yeah.
Dr. Umar.
Okay.
Clown.
Shit, I wasn't expecting
I
that.
was
I was not ready.
I wasn't ready.
Do you know him personally?
Yeah, got his phone number.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, word.
Y'all know him personally? Damn, I ain't
Yeah.
think of that.
Word.
Well, so he won't come where I'm at, and you know, you might don't believe this, but I hope he sees this. The reason why you gotta pre-book him for the last 2 events in New Orleans is because he don't want me in there. I got the real receipts.
He was at the bookstore, correct?
He was somewhere, I don't know, but I know that you had to RSVP to get in there the last time. And so what people don't understand is that I know Ken Reingold. So let's start here. Is conscious stripper an oxymoron?
Yes.
That's the name he gave Kim. We gonna follow a man at 50 years old that think with his little head, we might as well follow Hillary Clinton with the hot sauce, baby. That can't be our real leader. Our real leader is gonna be dedicated to a family, a structure, something. And he's not gonna pacify that. He's just blowing off steam at every strip club in America for right after every conscious event. He's objectifying black women. And gonna name him the oxymoron as an insult. You know how insulting that is to a black woman?
It is.
The conscious stripper. Is that shit possible? Ain't no conscious fucking woman taking her clothes off in front of no fucking strangers. Am I tripping?
No,
Am I tripping? I'm asking the women.
No,
no, at all.
no.
Okay. So, when the little boy out the Huey Gun Club questioned him one day about the money he collected at the event in Texas, Umar went off on him. Bitch, I'll beat you up. And people said, oh, you need to take it down, Dr. Umar. Take the high road and whatever. But the real reason he took it down is because, see, our leader. So look, let me start here. I'm just a small time. I can't do what my mama did. But every year I move $25,000 to $30,000 from here to here without touching a dime. Transparency. If the team need uniforms, like if the NFL player to buy the uniforms, he can have a receipt as long as he drop me the uniforms at the park.
Right off the
You know what I'm saying? Our true movements are going to be led like that. Not to mention that if you go look on my Facebook,